one thing I've understood is this. All the games that they've actually ever won in the past few weeks in the Premier League, they've always led. They never came back from behind to win. No, they've always led from the beginning, and they hold on to the lead to the end. The mentality will be different when they play a team that's always led, and they have to fight back. That's what the game on Tuesday will look like. The Tiger can play around, like show face, but the king of the jungle, the lion, will always be out.
Quick, we're begging. Click that subscribe like button, please. Stay in touch. We've got a surprising name today in Nottingham Forest at home against Liverpool. Is that when Nottingham Forest visited Anfield earlier in the season in September,
they beat the champion.
They won. They beat the champion. It was a 1-0 loss for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And now it's the reverse picture. Nottingham Forest is going to be at home.
Seems like, a change of coach, a change of style. They're aggressive. Employing, I would say they are doing a copycat of what Liverpool does.
Oh, Lord.
They're employing that same strategy to win most of their games.
What is the strategy that you speak of?
They do a counter-attack, which Liverpool employs very well.
Mm-hmm.
They do a very good counter-attack with Ilanga and their other players. They do a good counter-attack, and you always notice that it's always a standing back for in Nottingham Forest nowadays. If you really observe most of their game, a team who will come to your house knowing fully well that they've seen the way you play the first half of when you played them the first time. And I will tell you, as at September when Nottingham Forest played Liverpool, it wasn't like Liverpool was expected to. We didn't know the true nature of Liverpool then. The performance Liverpool had in September is different from the performance they had throughout the time till December until the very early beginning of December. Nobody expected Liverpool to be high flying, right? Mm-hmm. But that was a test then. That was a test. The coach observed the way they played. Then he said, okay, they've done this. And he corrected that particular game actually did help the coach to make corrective actions, which has led to the continuous high performance afterwards. Because if you had not lost that game to Nottingham Forest, you will feel like, okay, whatever strategy employed then was fine. Let him just employ the same.
Can you walk us through some of those key changes that came into effect after the Forest game?
When the coach came at the initial beginning, it wasn't aggressive. It was like playing slow. It was just too slow, and knowing fully well that this same team on that club was aggressive. You do a quick counter attack, but he was trying to understand the Premier League even with those few games he played. Some he won, but not so much. The margin of winning then wasn't more. You will score some, concede some, and I think that Nottingham Forest game was the first time he actually really considered a goal. He would play, but not with massive goal, But after the Nottingham Forest game, he went on a streak of not conceding a goal at all. Also, remember, in that game, Alisson didn't play. He was injured. I guess Keller too wasn't playing. He was injured. He was the third keeper that played in that game. So during that time, he didn't have his squad. He didn't have his full squad in the back to play that game, right? But he has learned over time. Like, you adapt to changes and say, okay, these were the mistakes that I made. Let me correct it. And I will tell you, he also, thank God for the Tottenham Forest, for the Tottenham game over like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Right. Which has now given the coach a bigger picture of the team. I'll tell you one thing I think I've observed since Alisson has been back is that it seems like he concedes a goal every game since his injury. His level of confidence is not as it was before. Keller only considered 3 goals in the last game he played before being substituted back to Alisson. So maybe, just maybe, when he plays Nottingham Forest, Keller might be the choice.
The better option.
You said, Forest haven't really faced a team where they have to come back from behind. So it sounds like you're saying Liverpool score first. But then you're also saying Alisson typically concedes. So it sounds like we should expect at least a goal from both sides.